Good morning. It is Friday, September 5th. It is the fourth day of school. I did not make a video yesterday because I was gone in the afternoon for an away volleyball game. I had a sub, just came back and read through her notes, and she said it went awesome. And that makes me happy because I'm very tired last night. We got home at about midnight. Our game was like over 2 hours away. So anyways, and we went to 5 sets. The varsity did another great 5-set game. They came up a little bit short again, but I'm like, oh, they're playing some good teams and they're playing awesome against them. So it was fun. But I'm tired today, so I'm like wanted to come back and be able to like be excited that they were awesome for the sub and not have to like talk about expectations, like re-talk about them. So I'm glad that we can have positive, happy talks about that to start the day. But anyways, I will chat with you guys a little bit later about what I can talk about what I did yesterday morning and then what we're going to do today. But until then, I'll probably hop on at lunch and check in and talk about some of that stuff because I'm just getting my life together right now. So I'll see you in a little bit. Goodbye.
It is lunch. Just did a quick check-in. I'm headed home for lunch, but there was a fundraiser through one of like the dance studios in town. They were selling like mums from a local, what do you call it, greenery, nursery. So anyways, I bought one because support the youth, you know. But look how big this thing is. Look at this big mum. So I picked this up because it's right next to my school. I'm gonna go home, eat some lunch, do whatever I need to do with this guy. So anyways, that's exciting. Mom for the win.
Look at that thing. Perfect. Okay, back at school. Yesterday, when in the morning we got our Chromebook set up, and that was a process, but we got it. We're good to go. They had their Chromebooks. So this morning, I wanted them to get onto Epic, make sure they had our class code, could get onto their account, and so after morning meeting, that's what they did, and they found either a book or an audiobook to listen to. And then after that, we did our math lesson, which was looking at the addition fact table and looking for some patterns, and we did some coloring just to kind of mark off some of those patterns. So I'll show you that. These are the ones we did today, and we'll do the rest on Monday. So we talked about the add 0 facts, count on facts, so like when you're adding like 1 or 2, and then the double facts, and then also the doubles, plus or minus 1 fact. This person just forgot to color code that those were going to be the orange ones. So those are the types of facts that we talked about in this chart. And again, this is just helping us realize that we have different strategies we use to solve these addition facts. So we will go on with the make 10s, add 10s, add 9, and then there'll be a few leftover ones because then those are less ones that you're like kind of trying to memorize or come up with a strategy for, because the rest of these we already have something for. I also read them The Magician's Hat by Malcolm Mitchell, and then that kind of led me into talking about Malcolm Mitchell and his story. He's one of my he's an awesome guy. So I met him last winter, so I showed my kids that picture. I told them their story. I showed them an interview that talks about his reading journey and how, if you don't know, he was a former NFL player, and he, in college, realized that he was reading at like a middle school level and he didn't like that. So he started putting as much time into reading as he did football. Any chance he had a book in his hand. And now he has an organization called Share the Magic. So we talked about that, and I showed them the picture of me with him. And then I had to show them, they wanted to see this then. So I let them pass this around. So they all got to see the trophy I got last year when I was named their Educator of the Year. So it was pretty fun. And from there, we went to specials. And this year, library is part of our specials, so they went from Phi-Ed and then to library. So they had the opportunity to check out some books from the school library and not just mine. That was our morning. I'm excited for it to be Friday. I'm definitely tired, but it was a good morning. We'll have a good afternoon, and I'll check in after school and let you know what we do this afternoon. I will see you then. It is the end of the day. The first week of school is over. I'm going to do a very quick overview of what we did because I have to get to practice. We kept going with our reading stamina and they crushed it. 14 minutes and 27 seconds. They are doing really, really, really well with the stamina. Yesterday for their sub, she just put on a 20-minute timer and she said most of them read the whole time, but I'm making them earn their 20-minute goal with me before we have our reading celebration. So that was great. Lesson talking about what to do if you come across a word that you don't know how to read, or if you don't know the meaning of it. And then I give them a little exit ticket on that. So we talked about decoding words, segmenting, and we'll do more of that next week as well. But we just did a quick overview of decoding and like segmenting a word into syllables or different parts, or seeing if it's a compound word and where to read it. And then I talked about using context clues to come up with the meaning of unknown words, and then I gave them this exit ticket. I did read these to them, but they had to come up with a meaning, and it was multiple choice of what the underlying word meant in the sentence using the context clues. So startled, resist, and pleasant. I did also introduce them to GimKit, and we did one on our word of the days. So we've only had 4 words, but we just reviewed those words. In a GimKit, we did capture the flag. We did our Friday Fun as a grade level for the first time and introduced them to that because that is something they will have to earn the rest of the year by completing work and, following expected behavior. And then I read some of I Survived. So that was our day in 3rd grade. It was a good first week. I'm ready for the weekend, but it's nice getting back into a routine, and it's been fun getting to know my new class. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.